Today I am going to embroider this simple design. I am going to use green color thread, 3 strands and satin stitch for the leaves. Do not leave too much of gap between each stitch. This is a simple stitch. This is the way I am going to fill up the leaf. For the stems, I am going to use the same green color thread and I will do stem stitch. Another simple stitch. Take small stitches. Always keep the thread on your left hand side. The thread should be on your left hand side. A very simple stitch. Like this, I am going to do all these stems. After completing the leaf using satin stitch, these lines which are there, the veins, I am going to use white thread and I will do stem stitch on top of this. Take very small stitches. Don't pull the thread too much. Try and take small stitches. Do it very slowly. You mustn't pull the thread too much. Take the needle through the cloth. This way I am going to do the other lines also. After completing both the leaves and this part, I am going to begin with the flowers. I have taken blue color thread. This part of the flower I am going to use French knot stitch. French knot. Simple. I will fill up this full thing using French knot. Just take the needle, put the thread 4 times round and put it down. That is all. A very simple stitch, but you have to fill up this portion with French knot. A simple stitch. First I will do the outline, then I will fill it in. After completing this portion with French knot, I am going to use the same blue thread, and this portion I am going to fill it up using satin stitch. A simple stitch. Don't leave too much gap between two stitches, then it doesn't look good. There shouldn't be too much of gap between two stitches. That's all, a simple stitch. And I am going to fill up this portion using satin stitch. I have started from the center of the flower. After completing this flower using French knot and satin stitch, I will start on with this flower. I have again taken 3 strands of thread and this purple color. I am going to use buttonhole stitch, which is also known as the blanket stitch, for this part of the flower. A simple stitch. Again, do not leave too much of gap between the stitches. A very simple stitch. This part of the flower will be filled in using buttonhole stitch. I have started from the center of the flower. After completing this portion of the flower with buttonhole stitch, I have filled in this portion with French knot, and the same thing I am going to do for this French knot. A simple stitch. Just take the needle, put the thread round the needle 4 times and put it down. You may put the thread round the needle 3 times or 5 times also. Just put the thread round the needle 4 times and put it down. That's all. This is the way I am going to fill up this portion of the flower. A simple stitch, French knot. Do not leave too much gap between the knots. That's all. After completion, the design will look like this. If you have liked my video tutorial, kindly like, share and subscribe.